From Ohio to battleground Georgia. Joe Biden's visit there today coming as a new poll shows the race in Georgia dead heat. Biden ahead by just 0.3 of a point. Obviously, that is inside the margin of error. This is a poll according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and the University of Georgia. His visit to Georgia coming at a time that a lot of folks are pointing out this is a state that hasn't been carried by a Democrat since Bill Clinton in 1992. It underscores just how optimistic the party is this year there. And that seems to be translating down the ballot. Democrat Jon Ossoff leading Republican Senator David Perdue by less than a point, according to the same poll. Jon Ossoff joins me now. We should also note that we have invited Senator Perdue to join this program on a number of occasions. The senator has politely declined. Mr. Ossoff, you were joining Joe Biden at his rally in Atlanta this afternoon, as we understand it. How important is it to have him there right now? What does it say about the state of this race?
Hey, Craig, thanks for having me. Well, to have the Democratic presidential nominee in Georgia in the final week here demonstrates just how competitive this state has become. I'm running in the closest Senate race in the country against incumbent Republican David Perdue, who recently made international headlines with his bigoted mockery of Kamala Harris' name. And remember that Georgia is the only state in the country with 2 Senate races this year. I'm running alongside Reverend Raphael Warnock, the senior pastor at Ebenezer Baptist Church. And we have the chance this year to deliver 2 victories in a single state.
Let's talk about what's changed there in Georgia. I mean, it does seem as if every 4 years, if not every 2 years, there's talk about Georgia flipping. You know, perhaps this is the election where Georgia turns blue. What has changed in that state from a demographic standpoint that gives you and other Democrats hope?
Well, Georgia becomes younger and more diverse by the hour. 6 years ago, the GOP's margin of victory here was about 8%. 2 years ago, it was just 1%. Stacey Abrams running for governor in 2018, she missed in that governor's race, infamously running against the man who oversaw the election by just 50,000 votes. And we've added nearly 800,000 new voters to the rolls here in Georgia since then. This new electorate in Georgia is younger and more diverse. And at the same time, there are people across the political spectrum totally disgusted by this administration's mishandling of this pandemic. My opponent, Senator David Perdue, was one of those falsely assuring his own constituents that COVID-19 would be no deadlier than the ordinary flu, that the risk to our health was low, that the economic impact would be little. This is beyond partisanship and ideology. This is about the demand for competence and integrity in government and the kind of stability that we need to weather a crisis like this and to unify the people after 4 years of endless division and fear-mongering by Donald Trump and his allies.
In Georgia, you need a majority for victory there. A lot of attention's been given to the other race that you just mentioned. It's a so-called jungle primary with about 20 candidates. Given how close your race is, how concerned are you about the prospect of possibly having 2 runoff Senate races there in Georgia?
Well, rather than being concerned about it, what my team and I are doing is everything we can to win outright next week. And record-shattering turnout gives us a lot of confidence. But we do continue to face significant voter suppression in Georgia. And so I am calling upon people across the country, please help us fight voter suppression and defend voting rights. There are black voters being made to wait 6, 8, 10 hours to vote, absentee ballots not arriving timely. We have got to get out the vote and defend voting rights. And if you want to help, visit electjon.com, chip in $1 or $3. Help us defend the franchise in Georgia.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Jon Ossoff. Jon, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.